This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy. I have a DNA topic today. Is my ethnicity estimate real? Understanding what it really is. Disclaimer, these are my opinions and you should research the topic yourself. Now let's get started. So what is this all about? Admixture, ethnicity estimate, my origins, ethnic background, etc. All names for comparison of you to reference populations around the world. Well, what does that mean? Basically, a reference population is a group of DNA testers that have been documented in a region for a certain period of time, i.e. several centuries. They are considered indigenous or from here in each region by the given company's definition. Let's look at a few real examples of ethnicity estimates to understand, is it real? These are from a test from my father taken at Ancestry.com. They were also transferred, the raw data, the same data, to Family Tree DNA and MyHeritage. Starting with Ancestry. Ancestry has my father in 6 regions. As you can see here, Scotland, England, Northwest Europe, Ireland, Wales, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. What makes Ancestry interesting is they have the next step. Ancestry lets you see your actual range that it could be. From 4 to 31 in this case on my father's Scotland. It's what you see is the percentage they say is most likely based on current information. The next one is Family Tree DNA. Family Tree DNA has my father on 7 different regions. However, they're not all the same as what was on Ancestry. Matter of fact, there are 3 what's considered trace regions: the Iberian Peninsula, Malta, and the Arabian Peninsula. Anything less than 1% is usually considered trace. Some researchers actually look at higher numbers, even up to 3%, as trace. This means that they may not be a real match for you in that region. Now I'm showing you MyHeritage. MyHeritage has my father in 6 different regions. They combine some Irish, Scottish, and Welsh combined. They also show a North Africa, but North Africa is 6.5% on this chart. That includes Morocco, Liberia, Malta. Malta was actually on Family Tree DNA, but not on Ancestry. As you can tell, there's big differences here. I want to bring it back up and show you a cross comparison between the 3 companies. And again, I want to state, this is the same raw data. Dad took the test at Ancestry. I then transferred it to Family Tree DNA, and I also transferred it to MyHeritage. It's the same raw data, it's just how they interpret it. The key point here is each company has their own reference population. Each company has their own way to do the calculations and their thresholds to determine who and where you are in this chart. So, conclusion. Well, that made it clear, right? Not. So I have 3 key points here. Number 1. Okay, so it's not totally clear, but that is the point. Estimates on ethnicity are only advanced guesses based on formulas and data each test company has available. With these guesses, you cannot definitively say I'm 25% Scottish or I'm 22% Irish, etc. Use these estimates only for reference in your research. I do want to note, however, you can say with traditional genealogical research, and that's paper trails, you can say I should be 25% Scottish, etc. based on that paper trail research you've done with documentation. Number 2, ethnicity estimates are good to look at in a comparison to someone else if you both have paper trail research to validate your assumptions, or if you have distinct family lineages that could give you a clue on which family line is the link, i.e. distinct recent immigration. I have an example of this with a friend. His paternal line is from Ireland, his maternal line is from Italy. So in this case, he has distinctive lineages that if someone shows up as a match to him on DNA, in those regions where it shows they are Scotland, Ireland, Welsh is a good direction to look at they match him on the paternal line. And the same thing applies on the Italian line. If they match him more down in the Iberian Peninsula, Italy, Spain, Northern Africa, Egypt, those areas, it's likely that those matches are from the Italian side or his maternal line. Third thing here is, I want to make sure you look at this. Let's say you have someone that shows up in all three of the same companies. Shows up in Ancestry, Family Tree DNA, and MyHeritage. But for some reason they have two of those companies turned on to private. You cannot compare the company's ethnicity estimates from one company to another's in this case. Since their algorithms are different, since their data is different, you won't really be comparing them correctly. It'd be more like the apples to oranges. Always try to find a person and match a person based on the same company so that you know that you are looking at the same estimate, algorithms, and data. Thank you for watching. This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy. I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched and consider subscribing, liking, and clicking the bell notification for future videos so we can continue this journey together.